Hello and welcome to Too Much Time on Our Hands.
Momentary pause while he tries to remember what podcast he's on.
Momentary pause. It's only it's the awesome threesome. It's not the awesome foursome. I don't know. Terrific threesome. Anyway, it's just the three of us tonight.
Tom
No
is here. He's just got a conceal order, so
Hey.
unless you've got direct line of sight, you just can't see him.
Yeah. So, or if you've got some fancy specs and can scan, and then you can see him.
Yeah. Well, that's
but yeah. So we have whilst we're looking for Tom and scanning for him. It is just the three of us, and as you can tell, this evening we will be going through Kill Team, the 40k game that is only second to Necromunda.
And 40k.
And 40k. But Necromunda.
Hard disagree. I love
Really?
all the game. I love them all equally.
Yeah.
They're all my children.
Fine.
Just as long
Yeah,
as it's got airy fairy fantasy with my look at my spells. But
Right.
I want grim dark.
Right. So that is a really great way of completely derailing any form of train of thought I did have. So the new Kill Team is being released. It's been on pre-order for the last 2 weeks. They've changed up the rules. They've got rid of the really annoying shapes and just gone back to inches, which is the most sensible thing. Who wants metric anyway? And yeah, so we're just going to go through. I suppose just review it. Well, not review it, preview it. I don't know what. Anyway,
We're going through all 33 kill teams. Is what we're doing.
We're going all
like
through...
we discussed earlier. All right, that's what we're doing.
Preview it. Go through the kill teams.
Fucking hell.
Talk about what it is. Anyway, I'm Duncan. Joining me this evening is Russ.
Greetings.
How you doing?
I'm very good, thank
Good. And
don't ask a question if you're
Dan.
not ready for the answer.
Kasserkan. That's all I wanted to say. Sorry.
Sorry. And Dan, who seems to still have only 4 appendages and not an additional 4 in.
Where are
Like-
you going?
Yeah, let him finish. Let him finish.
Brood Brothers, Gene Stealers, 4-arm Emperor.
Okay.
Sure.
Dan, how are you this evening
Um,
when we're recording, which is evening?
derailed, I think, is where I'm at right now.
Would you expect anything less?
He's got a point.
No, he's got a point. Yeah.
Where shall we begin? So there are 33 kill teams. They've done up the rules.
We
You
need to
can
be
now-
fairly speedy because there's 33 of them. I'm
Some
just
of
saying
them
that
we can dismiss. And I'll tell you where we're starting because I'm the one that's got the webpage open. So we're starting with the Space Marines of both flavors.
Space Marines.
Space Marines.
Which
the
ones?
Angels of Death.
There aren't that many, considering how much in every other form of 40k Space Marines kind of takes over.
Well, it's because they're too powerful for this.
Yeah.
This is kind of the one game where they actually live up to their lore.
So there's the Phobos, right? Which
So
of course
the
are
first one
different.
at this is the Angels of Death, but that's basically just the I want to take a few Space Marines team, isn't it?
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, that's just the general intercessors. Yeah.
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 They can be aggressive, resolute, stealthy, or hardy. So it's obviously you pick the one sort of closest to your chapter, and there's just a few. How many? You only get like 4 or 5
6.
of them, don't you?
Yeah, 6
Oh, you can
of
take a captain.
Yeah. So you take one sergeant, and 5 intercessors basically.
But
They
they're
range
not
from
very
the other
flavourable. The more sort of interesting Space Marine team is the Phobos Strike Team one.
Yeah. Okay. So we should probably be like, maybe this is what you want to take. Maybe these are the ones you want. Maybe you
These
might
have
be
actually
interested
got
in this.
specialist
Maybe you've got enough intercessors. If you've collected 40k for longer than 5 minutes, you've probably got enough intercessors that you can probably do this. So
I haven't got any intercessors yet.
I've only got assault intercessors. Do you know why? Because I'm not a pussy. So let's just.
Dan's going aggressive tonight.
I'm so tired. So tired. I'm going aggressive until I start crying.
All right. Intercessors are fine. I haven't looked up stealthy or what. Security, seek and destroy are the archetypes.
Yeah, it's a bit like, tactical, just devastator or assault doctrines, isn't it? It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it just plays into how you play Space Marines in 40k, which is a lot of people's gateway into it. And if you're playing the gateway game into the gateway of 40k, and you're watching Space Marine 2 and you see, hey, you know what's a lot of fun? Intercessors. They look great in Space Marine 2.
If you
So I'm
want to
gonna
just
get
take
myself
some
a squad of
Space
them.
Marines, this is the one to go for probably.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
they're
agree
sort
though. Phobos is more interesting.
Because Phobos are technically part of the 10th company, as are the Scout Squad. I love my Scout Squad, by the way.
Yeah, Phobos are
Um,
interesting. So yeah, Phobos is like, in case people don't understand how it works, they're split into
No one does.
four different types of armor if you include Terminator. But Primaris, your standard Primaris Marine split into Gravis, Intercessor, and Phobos. Phobos is like the super light one, although not quite as light as Scouts. But yeah, it's so you're kind of a bit sneaky, as you can be as a
you're
9-foot
sneaky
super
compared
soldier.
to a regular Space Marine.
Yeah, basically.
and you've
Yeah.
got
they have
your
kind of,
infiltrators.
Yeah, they have some cool of like infiltration technology, and they've got loads of rules about like deployment stuff, haven't they? You can,
And they've only
sneak
got
around
one
a bit.
proper shoulder pad, which makes them really stealthy.
Yeah,
So-
because that's where
Well-
95% of the noise obviously comes from your right shoulder pad, doesn't it? So
That's 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pop that off.
99% of the
Your
time,
stealth.
100% of the time. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, but it is all about like espionage and scrambling and just like not letting people understand where you are and being sneaky whilst also being a 9-foot super soldier that could crush you just by staring at you. But yeah.
And then you got your Scouts, which are your neophytes, which we did in a previous
Yeah.
episode.
We're going to assume. I think we assume that people haven't watched that, but yeah, it is. Yeah, your basic like Space Marines in training, but they are Scouts as well, so they tend to like they're a bit more sneaky as well.
Scouts are indeed the next team, so let's move on to them.
Yeah, Scouts are cool. I think a lot of people have the Scout team because it came in quite a cool box set.
It's a really nice set of models as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Really nice. I am very much enjoying painting them.
I've white scarred mine, so all mine have top knots. So
Nice.
I need to finish. That's once I've got through my World Eaters, then that's next on the list. I think is the Scouts, followed by my Spyro gang, which I've already started planning out, which I'm excited about.
Oh yeah, I've got that as well. I've got too many boxes.
Yeah.
So the Scouts got some quite good sort of shenanigans that they can pull before you even start playing, haven't they?
Yeah.
They can do a bunch of, oh, there we go. Yeah, redeploy, reposition, diversion. You can take camo cloaks. That's quite good.
Probably weirdly the most popular Space Marine kill team, I would say.
Well, I think they feel about right for kill team, don't they?
Mm.
Whereas regular Space Marines just feel like overkill.
Yeah. You get some fun weaponry as well. You still get like heavy bolters and missile launchers and stuff like that. So you still feel quite killy at the same time as being like sneaky.
Sneaky sneakies.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But like there's something. So I played with I gave the last time we played Kill Team, I gave Grey Knights the send off basically because then they're not there's not a Grey Knights Kill Team Warhammer community or Warhammer Games Workshop. I'm looking at you. Give me a Grey Knights Kill Team, please. Thank you. So I gave him the send off. And once I lost 2 of my Grey Knights, it's like it's over. I can't really do anything. I can't really capture objectives without like putting them in danger of just losing everything else. And like at least when you've got like a unit of like 10, you feel like okay, so I can lose a couple. I can still actually move around. Yeah, like yeah, it does actually really help. Like considering how limited like manpower is in Kill Team, it does feel like you probably can't afford to lose them if you've got running like Intercessors or even Phobos as well.
Yeah, because you can't really if you're worried about your guys getting blasted, you can't really play Kill Team because some of you are going to lose a few.
Yeah,
but if you've only got like 5 to start with, that starts to cause real problems.
Yeah, the alternative is like especially with Grey Knights, it's either it feels bad either way, and that's why I don't really like the Grey Knights Kill Team very much. It's either you're going to lose in the first couple of turns or you're going to decimate your opponents in the first couple of turns because eventually they just can't handle how many wounds you've got and how killy you are at the same time. So, like, it's the same with big models, same with like running Angron. So I don't run Angron in my World Eaters anymore. It's because I like to have a fun game that feels fun for both of us. And if I run Angron, then it's not going to feel fun for one of us, because either he's going to kill someone or they're going to focus all their fire and they're going to take out the 80-pound model that I've got in my army, and I'm not going to enjoy that very much. So yeah, I think it's the same kind of thing that I like. I now am at a point where I'd rather run. There's an exception, and we'll get to it, where I'd rather run like a bigger kill team with like loads of different models that all do loads of different things as well.
Yeah, yeah, and if you can actually remember who does what and who buffs who and all that kind of stuff,
it helps.
Yeah.
I can't, but ever.
Switching over to the naughty side of the spectrum.
Ooh.
Well, so the Legionaries, they're kind of just the opposite of the Space Marine team, really, aren't they?
Yeah, your bog standard Chaos Space Marine team. They look awesome though.
But then
they are nice models.
Honestly, a bit more interesting. And for those that feel that they only spend too much time with their skin on their bodies, the Nemesis Claw team.
I think the Nemesis Claw team might be the best looking kill team.
I would go up there that they are alongside the box that they came out with.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, those models are awesome too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
I was very tempted. When that went on that new box went on pre-order, I was this close to doing that.
Yes,
because I love the mandrakes, but we're not.
I was just a little bit closer.
You did go.
No, I've got them. Yeah, I've got. So like the Nemesis Claw, Nemesis Claw in particular. My favourites are anyone that's wearing an apron made of human flesh in it, which is pretty much all of them, I think, actually. And I also really like the standard bearer, the ancient, or the whatever it's called in Chaos Equivalents.
He's got half a Space Marine nailed to it.
Half a Space Marine nailed to a cross, basically, that he's carrying around. And I kind of love that. It's so fucking... He said night claws there. I've totally forgotten what
there's this thing called Grizzly Trophy. So basically, if you incapacitate somebody, you can. It sounds like you're doing the same to them. So you can like dismember their body and leave it there to freak out the rest of your enemy team.
Fucking horrible. I love the Night Lord so much. That's up there on the list of next things I might be working on, because I think I'm finally brave enough to do the armor for Night Lords.
On the Night Lord, they're quite fiddly, aren't they?
Yeah,
but they're not 1,000. They're not 1,000 suns at least.
1,000 suns is pretty okay. Like, or at least they mark out all the lines that you need to draw within, which is nice. Paint within.
I mean, you are now used to doing lots of gold, so yes.
So the way to do gold, and I'll stand by this, and it's the only thing to be careful of is that gold paint and gold spray paint can clump up quite a lot. So you'll be really, really careful, because otherwise you'll lose any definition of like faces or anything like that. And that's happened to a couple of models, and it's taken a bit of effort. The undercoat gold. Just go straight in, undercoat the whole thing gold, and then paint within the lines of everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Nemesis Claw stuff is just an upgrade sprue as well. I'm surprised it's not been released on their own. Have they? Yeah. Just the upgrade sprue? They released the actual box, didn't they?
Yeah, but you can't buy just the sprue on its own.
Yeah, that's a shame, isn't it?
There's a lot of that though. They don't like.
Yeah,
do they?
I kind of agree, but yeah, So painting gold armor is a lot easier if you just spray the gold first. I have painted a lot of gold recently, so yeah, that's what I've got used to. The only exception is things like tanks. It looks really fucking shit if you try that. So just
But
gold first.
the Nemesis Claw and Legionaries are the only two
Chaos Space Marines.
Yeah, there's plenty of Chaos stuff, but these are they're the Chaos Space Marine ones. So I think that is it for the Space Marine teams. Next up is the Filthy Xenos. And it's the old favourites, the Commandos first.
They're great models for starters. Like, if you're wondering,
they're the
like,
ones that really made everyone sit up and pay attention to Kill Team.
Yeah, like if you were wondering why you should start a Kill Team, like first thing you should look at is whether you like the models or not. Mm-hmm. And the Commandos models are fabulous. They look amazing. They each have so much individual personality. Like every single one of them you can look at for a good 5 minutes and notice something on them that you probably hadn't noticed before, and that includes the little Gretchen that kind of like has the. Yeah, good point. Actually, we missed one. A Thousand Suns Warp Coven still exist.
We're just going with what's on the Warhammer community.
Is it not on there anymore?
No, there's a few that aren't on here.
Okay, Warp Coven still exists. I've never run them.
The Warp
with
Coven.
You have, Jack?
Yeah, sorry, the Warp Coven does.
Sorry,
Sorry,
they're still
Jack.
what they classified or something. Like they still appear in there. They're just not listed on these articles. There are a few.
The Warp Coven are still there,
Thousand Suns.
Yeah, and that is also something like 6. It's just
Space Marines are all pretty much
just a bunch of Space Marines, isn't it?
Yeah,
or rubric
but, these ones are a little bit dustier.
Defeat them with a hand vac.
I'm halfway through painting the Commandos team at the moment. They take fucking ages because there's no uniformity to them at all. They're all completely different, and they're all even their guns are all different and stuff. It's just very, very fiddly, but a lot of fun.
I love them personally. I've never bothered with anything orc related because I do not have the patience to do orcs in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, yeah, you need so many of them, but they're a lot of fun. The bomb squig is a magnificent model. That was the first one I painted. That's really good.
Just
I'm saving the little
dynamite taped to his ears.
The little grot for last, and his little gimp mask and wetsuit.
I love it so much.
Flippers strapped to his back and stuff. It's amazing.
It's so cool. It's such a great model. Absolutely love. That's one of my favorite models. Is that? So
yeah,
big fan.
So yeah, they're a classic. And this new rule they've got, the throat slitters thing. This is pretty good. So you can basically you can perform a charge action even if you're concealed.
Yeah.
So like if you're lurking and somebody comes close enough to you, you can just jump out and grab them.
Really cool.
Right,
and they're the only orc one at the moment, aren't they?
They are currently the only orc one.
Strong rumor that the next box set's going to have orcs in it.
They could do like beast snaggers.
They are
couldn't they?
After this year, this season, they are retired because they put out that they are retiring each team. I suppose that's retiring up from competitions, isn't it?
Yeah, so the teams they're retiring, you'll still be able to play them perfectly well. They're just not competition compatible.
I would say as well, yeah. So there's the rumor is that the next one's going to be an orc one. Rumor is orcs versus ratlings, which is interesting.
Cool. A ratling kill team would be excellent because that's actually sort of what they do, isn't it? They're like sneaky snipers.
Yeah, I'm a long overdue some new rattling models, so absolutely makes sense. I think they're one of the few ones that are still metal. So
really, they've never.
So there's like a handful of models that are still metal out there, which is crazy to me.
Well, they've changed. They've changed some of them to resin, haven't they? But it's the same molds that they're making it from, so it's exactly the same model.
So these must be the ones that looked even shitter in resin. So they just didn't bother. That's the only reason. Yeah. Okay. So mix of rubrics and Zangors, so can have between 6 to 10 models. Okay, that's quite interesting then. But I'm hoping that Thousand Suns get something a bit newer when they kind of update the rules. But then also Grey Knights and who's the other ones? Custodians don't have a kill team either. So
not a proper one. No. I mean, they would be difficult to do a kill team for. Because it would be one guy.
I kind of love the idea of just having here's one Custodies.
I just don't think Custodians really are suitable for kill team.
Well, do you know what models need a massive upgrade? Sisters of Silence. So
I mean, like that could be. You could do a, but then that might almost be getting a bit too close to the novitiates. Although they could be all like psychic focused.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, right, moving on. Next up, the Farstalker Kinbrand. Kinbrand.
Yep, their little toe in the water to see if people wanted Kroot, and found out they did. So they fucking just flooded us with Kroot this year, and I'm all for it.
The Kroot have always been quite interesting.
Yeah. Particularly this one. These models are great as well. There are some great. The one with the pistols. Yeah, is an absolutely fantastic model for the Farstalker Kinbrand. I love Kroot in general. I think more Kroot the better. They are.
Would you say you are Kroot?
Oh dear. Sure. I think it's nice to see something that like gives Tau like an extra dimension, and more armies could use this. and I think the fast-talking band are really really cool. So
yeah,
Well, I think we
until they never really went that big on the whole client races thing with the Tau.
yeah,
Because
they're
it's
now
quite a big part of their
look-
culture. But you had like a few Kroot things, the Vesper Stingwings which disappeared until Hivestorm came out, and that was sort of it.
yeah.
they're obviously now starting to lean into the Alliance side of the Tau, because obviously when they released the Tau Codex, their focus was all on the crew, and so they brought some nice new models out, and obviously with the new Hivestorm, it's all Tau but the Vespids, and they look awesome.
They look
I
fucking
love them.
great. Yeah, they look incredible, and I agree. One of the funniest things I saw at Warhammer World was it was a kill team, but it was all grots who had become one of the client races to the Tau. So they're like all these little grots in like the big Tau armor, but none of it fits properly. These giant fucking guns, and you run them as like the next kill team. I think we're about to talk about. So yeah, you run them as like a Pathfinders. I'm assuming we're about to talk about.
Yep.
Yeah. So the Pathfinders kill team, but they're all like little grots. It looked fucking awesome. I loved it.
So Pathfinders is basically the equivalent of scouts, aren't they? For Tau. You can pull some Markalite shit, which I always used to enjoy ruining people's days with.
Oh man, have you seen 10th edition Tau rules? Markalites aren't really a thing anymore.
Yeah, it used to be all about the Markalites. It's I can shoot you. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yes, I can shoot you. 7 times.
I hate Tau so much.
They were very annoying.
Do you know why I hate them? Because I hate them. That's why I hate them. So yeah.
But yeah, so they've got some of that sort of stuff, haven't they? But I think Markalites, it's like you kind of like, oh yeah, this is it. You put like Markalite tokens on people, don't you? So like the more Markalites you get on there, the beardier you can be at them.
I love this. Tau of a client race of essentially kaiju, which absolutely needs representation. I'll stand by that, along with Eldar. We need extra Eldar as well while we're at it.
Yeah, because I want dinosaurs.
I want Eldar riding dinosaurs. Yeah,
who doesn't?
That's what I want. Like with like bits of technology, like strapped to the dinosaur, like guns.
It really feels like the Eldar are going to get some good stuff coming up soon.
Well, they need it.
It's been 30 years.
Yeah. Those warp spiders are. Oh,
They were bad when we were playing. As teenagers, they were bad models then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were fun to run because
they were a pain in the arse, is what they were.
Because they jumped around and then they used this beardy monofilament web thing and just lacerated things. Fun.
It was one of those annoying guns that said, so the gun itself, it doesn't really do anything, but how good are you at passing this particular test? You're like, not very good at it. Going, probably going to die then.
You're soup now, son.
Exactly, yeah. Eldar weaponry is nasty in general.
Yeah.
It was the first, thinking back, it was the Eldar were the first 40k army I was going to do. I mainly did Dark Angels after that, but I found my the Dark Reapers and Swooping Hawks.
I was really cool. I had an Ultramarine army.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
that was cool,
really cool
before 3rd edition.
I had Tigerius, who I swore at the time was called Tigerius.
Tigerius.
Yeah, and I had Marnius Calgar. It's just a bit annoying, really, isn't he?
I haven't played Space Marine 2, but apparently
Spoilers. Not everyone knows about it, Duncan, okay? Let people play it in their own time.
I mean, and anyone who's remotely looked at Instagram or YouTube
has seen Marnius Calgar jumping. Okay, fine. Fuck it, jumping out of Thunderhawk gunship. Yeah, it's true.
Right,
and
who's next?
Stealing the show.
The Necrons, the Herotech Circle. These are pretty cool. I don't really know much about their rules or anything.
This was a lovely set when it came out as well. I really like models on this.
I sort of miss the transparent green plastic guns on the Necrons.
Yeah, it was like the first time they did that with Lego as well, wasn't it? Oh, look how fancy this is. It's like it lights up.
I mean,
It's like it lights up.
it was the lovely set when it came out as well. I really like models on this. I saw That was a really nice cheating way of you don't have to try and paint this.
But
Yeah.
like
And now it's like
you could
now you
spray
have
them
to paint
black,
it.
dry brush them silver, glue the green guns in, and they would look really good.
Yeah.
Like they
Necrons
were a
are...
zero effort painting army, which is not, what they're known for.
It's not a million miles off it. Like, if you're doing, like, warriors and stuff like that, you could probably do, like, 40 warriors pretty simply. And so it's then, however you go, but I'm going to take a Catan. And you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, how good are you at painting lightning?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that kind of shit. So
These are such nice models.
they were
Yeah,
amazing. I
these
love these models. There's just such a variety of different shapes and sizes.
They've got
Like
a bunch of their beardy technological stuff,
Of course.
resurrection stuff.
But that's what they are. They're meant to be like this undying like group that is just unstoppable. So I don't have a problem with that. That's really cool.
Oh yeah.
So you can take a Chronomancer, a Psychomancer, or a Technomancer.
Yeah.
All the Mancers.
All the Mancers.
No tiny
and
dancer though.
No tiny Mancer.
No. Hold me
I
close
do-
up, tiny dancer.
That doesn't even slightly work.
No, I like it though.
So yeah, they look a lot of fun.
Yeah. You got Deathmark in there as well. Has anyone seen Prior Nexus, the like animated series?
No.
Is the Death Mark
Are they the ones that
sniper?
like step through the sort of portals?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
fucking cool. Yeah,
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah,
it is a bit
feels,
like in.
that feels quite powerful for Kill Team.
I think the thing to realize is that if you've played something in Space Marine 2 or you've watched it in an animated series, there's a very good chance it's not actually that powerful.
Well,
So it's just, I think it is a lot more powerful in Prior Nexus.
like the
but yeah.
the game is never like it just can't accurately reflect how things.
They'll never
written,
make any
'cause it
money
wouldn't
if
be any
people
fun.
just rolled out 3 Space Marines against an entire Imperial Guard army.
Yeah, they're like, well, that's the best. It's always going to win, so I'll have that one then.
Yeah. Space Marine 2 is the story of 3 people going up against a horde of Tyranids.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I thought. Anyway, never mind.
And Thousand Suns. Yeah, you can say that. It's fine.
No, it wasn't. It was when they fight. Is it a Tyranid Prime? Is one of the bosses, but they had to cripple it even in the game.
That was
Otherwise they
a
wouldn't have-
Swarm Lord?
Oh, was it
Yeah,
Swarm Light?
So, yeah. Yeah. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I've just listened to too much Adeptus Ridiculous.
Yeah, they
Well,
got a lot
I'm
of stick
about
for them,
halfway
do that.
through Space Marine 1 at the moment, so give it 10
Are you
years
really?
and I'll be on Space Marine 2.
Oh, that's good. They're both really good. Space Marine 2 is amazing.
On to the Brood Brothers.
Yeah,
Again,
there's 2 Gene Stealer.
This is the weaker of the Gene Stealer ones, isn't it?
Is it?
There's the Wormblade. Is the other Gene Stealer.
Is Wormblade
These are
Gene
just
Stealer?
these are just the guys with weird heads.
No, so Brood Brothers, there's more to than that. The Brood Brothers are the Imperial Guard that have decided they want to be part of like the Gene Stealer cult.
So this is basically a box of Cadians with head swaps and arm swaps.
Yeah, it is an upgrade sprue, yeah. But it also comes with what's the big Gene
The
Stealer cult
Patriarch.
called?
Yeah, you do get a Patriarch with it, which is flipping cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. Yeah. So yeah. So they're quite cool.
Next up, Hearthkin Salvagers.
Yay!
Which
My
ones are
boys.
These guys
they're
are
the
fun.
ones with the coats or the ones without the coats?
No, not the coats. The salvages are basically the Hearthkin warriors. Just one of the guys has a jetpack. The other guy, it's quite a very at one point it was a very specific kind of kill team. It is very much one thing buffs the other, but the fact that they had a squat with a jetpack,
That's pretty
I
cool.
just
yeah.
want that. I
I
want a
just
squad
they're
of
all
them.
in power armor, apart from one guy who's got short-sleeved power armor on, which is always a baller move.
Maybe he's like
Yeah,
a delivery driver. I don't know.
He's the Knuckles,
Yeah.
and then another guy who just carries all the equipment. They've got some nice rules. I haven't read the new rules yet, but yeah, I quite like the jetpack guy because you charge him in. He messed up Russ a bit. Yeah, it was quite fun. And the guy with the big bag, you can swap out any can basically re-kit someone's entire kit out. So you could have a normal warrior and then re-kit them as a gunner.
There you go.
Yeah, it's like class swapping. That's pretty. I don't think there's anyone else that can do that, really, is there?
I know that Votan are relatively new. Kind of wish they'd Primaris them a bit. I want them to be slightly bigger. I know that sounds stupid because they're dwarves essentially, but like just slightly bigger models.
But they are chunky.
Bastards of paint.
Yeah, they're really kind of like they're kind of small, aren't they? I think, but
like, they're thick. They're quite like satisfyingly hefty.
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah,
Dan, they are just little guys.
They are that.
And you can pop a little fishbowl on any one of them and turn them into a robot, which is nice.
Yeah. No AI here, but they are not the coolest. The coolest by far are the Hurricane
and the next ones.
Jaegers.
Yeah. Because they're wearing power armor with raincoats over the top.
Trench coats. Actually, it's not even power armor. It's a lighter form of armor.
These guys are pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, they are.
It's essentially what they went with is we really like the Hernkin Pioneers, and everyone loves the guys on the bikes with the big trench coats. So let's get them off the bikes and give them. Oh yeah, but the Votan, they're meant to be top technology. Let's make it steampunk. And that's what they've done. And I've started building this, and I still owe Dan money.
Yeah. They I forgot about that. It's fine. Buy me a few drinks when you're down.
Just give you a blowjob.
Sure. Okay. Why not?
These ones are nice.
I love these models. I think these models are fantastic. I'm with you.
Beautiful.
Are these the ones that came in the box of the Felgor Ravagers?
No, that was the salvages.
These are the ones that came with these came with the Brood Brothers, didn't they? Is that the one? Yeah.
Yeah,
they've got pretty cool. One of the guys does have an awesome. There's a guy who just runs around with 2 knives.
Yeah,
and it's his. Well, I haven't checked the new rules actually, but in the last edition, the rule was that if he incapacitates someone, if a model within that distance, because the killing is so brutal, that person loses an AP.
Oh, just like, oh my god!
Yeah,
nice.
Kind of love that. Yeah, these guys are great.
I love the fact that they've got robots.
Yeah,
ribbits. Yeah.
And with the Jaeger kill team, you can actually make the Thane one of the Ironkin.
Nice.
The Thane can be in the Ironkin. I didn't do it because I like the beards. Come on. But yeah.
But like, there's no difference, is it? They're just some of them are robots. Deal with it.
The Ironkin are equal in all ways.
Yeah.
Nice. Right, that's it for the Xenos teams.
Just a couple of points. Brood Brothers is just a budget Imperial Guard, Jack says.
Well, yeah, basically.
I expect Guaveza kill team soon, so they can bung in Cadians with another upgrade spree. I'm guessing that's the Tau ones, isn't it?
Well, it's the humans that live in Tau space and work for Tau. So yeah, that would literally just be the Cadians, but with 1 Tau shoulder pad on. That's the only difference.
I'm a tolerant human being, but even I have my limits.
Rifles.
Are we doing Eldar within Xenos? Because we haven't really
They've got their own page for some reason.
Oh right.
But we're on to Chaos next. So first one is another well, not quite, but pretty much another Imperial Guard upgrade crew, the Blooded, who are the sort of naughty Imperial Guard.
So they're the old Cadian models. That's the only problem.
You get the Chaos Ogren though, which is pretty sweet.
That's the main reason to get. I've been tempted to get them. Yeah, I like that. But yeah, there is. I think they're based on the old Cadian models, or they might be similar to the ones from Black Fortress, to be honest with you. So
and very similar to what you get the Mobian ones you get in the Dark Tide box.
Yeah. So I don't think these are an upgrade sprue, but they're not they're not the most spectacular kill team apart from that Ogren, who is sweet.
I love the Ogren's the best thing about it. I completely agree. The rumor is that the Rattling kill team also has an Ogren in it as
well. That's a lot of fun.
I am one Ogren short of having 2 units of 3 Bullgrin and 0 Dead Dog. So like if they do that with the Rattling one, which I will inevitably buy because I want fucking Rattlings, then I would very much like another.
Well, you'd just be able to take the Ogren in 40k though as well, wouldn't you?
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
And you'd probably get yourself a little squad of Rattlings in your army.
I'd like some Rattlings. They used to be really good.
Have they got rules in 40k at the moment?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not opening a can, guys. Don't worry.
No rules here. So yeah, they're pretty cool. The Felgor Ravagers. These guys are. I love these guys. These are the big goat men.
Yeah. Greatest of all time.
Absolutely. So I think you only get 6 of them. I think, but they're all just massive goat dudes.
Yeah, Beastmen are underappreciated in 40k. So you can get Beastmen in this, and once again, they're in Blackstone Fortress as well.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, 40k has completely neglected the idea of Beastmen for forever. I'm amazed they haven't done more with them. They are really cool. You could do some really cool things with them as well.
They are also, I think, in Gallo Dark, they were very difficult. They had to do some serious updating to balance it because the Ravagers were, unless you were very skilled with your little guys, the Ravagers once up close just mullered everyone.
They're like you have to take them out before they get to you, otherwise.
Yeah, but their movement is actually crazy.
Yeah,
or it was crazy. I don't know what it is now.
It is a fun thing about the Beastmen. They're not just chaos; they're essentially mutated humans, from what I understand. So as a result, you get Beastmen that have absolutely nothing to do with chaos.
Yeah, I think a lot of them end up aligned to chaos because chaos are chill about them, whereas the Imperium less so.
Yeah, the Imperium are not chill in general, really.
Mm-hmm.
Not like Khorne. Khorne's pretty chill.
Let's skip it in the start of which book is it? I can't remember. One of the Siege of Terror ones, like some of the first waves of ships that Horus lands are just like full of beastmen, and they like pump the hold full of psychotropic drugs and then just sort of open the doors and let them out.
They fucking love doing that in 40k, don't they? The crazy motherfuckers. Zangors are technically beastmen. Yeah, 1,000 Suns get back Zangors everywhere. This is true. They are.
I thought Zangors were demons. Are they not?
No.
Okay.
With funky hats.
Funky hat guys. Nice. Right, who's next? Chaos Cults.
Boring.
Yeah, these
let's be honest.
Skip. Oh, that's it. Is that it? There's more Chaos teams than that.
No, there's the Jellipox Infected.
And the Warp Coven.
Jellipox.
Who they haven't bothered talking about in this article. But I really like the Jellipox Infected, and I'm going to try and learn how to use them for the next time we play Kill Team. Because
the models are really cool.
Gross. They're very. They sound like they'd be very frustrating to play against because they do all this stuff like it turns out that your ammunition has rotted before you get to it, or like if you get too near them, your guns start rusting and like your swords grow spikes out the handles that hurt you every time you try and swing them and stuff like that.
I mean, very Nurgle. Very Nurgle.
Yeah, without sort of mentioning it explicitly.
It does in the new rules. Warp corrupted servants of Nurgle.
Oh, does it actually say that? Yeah, because it always used to try and deliberately not say Nurgle for some. I don't really know why.
I mean, Gellerpox.
Yeah.
Is Nurgle, so you know.
Well, yeah, some disease that infected your ship while you're in the warp.
Because it invaded your Geller field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so the Eldari have got their own page for some reason. Starting with the Corsair Voidsguard, who are pretty cool.
I like the Corsair Voidsguard. I think the models are really cool. And just in general, I like the idea of Eldar pirates. Like that really appeals to me.
Especially the way that they're like, they're not like evil. Like a lot of the Eldar actually all just get along perfectly fine. The Drukhari, the Corsairs. It's just sort of like, guys, I'm a bit bored. I'm going to go and be a pirate for a couple of centuries. Catch you later.
Well, it's different. It's on a scale, isn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah.
So over here, you've got like the Exodites. Please bring in the Exodites. Games Workshop, please.
Pious pricks.
I'll spend a fucking fortune on them.
The Corsairs and the Harlequins are kind of no, they're not the same, but they're on that same level of like the Corsairs take from both the Dark City and the Eldari and the Craft worlds. They're like, yeah, just come and let's be chilled. And the crazy thing is, some from the Drukhari will, some from the Craft worlds will go to Drukhari, and even sometimes the Drukhari just go, nah, I've had enough.
Yeah, like they're not like, because it certainly used to be presented a lot more like the Dark Eldar were like the evil ones.
I mean, they are.
I mean, yeah, they
still very
are,
much
but
are.
like I like the way they're representing the whole Eldari race as actually being like quite. They're like, yeah, we're still mates. Yeah, I mean, he's a bit weird. Yeah, he drinks a lot of captured prisoners' tears, but you know, we all do what we do.
In a world where no one's the good guy, but there are still bad guys, Drukhari are the bad guys. Yeah. They are horrible, but they are so mustache twizzlingly horrible that they kind of make it work, and I kind of love that. So
there's a lot of sexy dresses.
I kind of look at it like this: that if like Craftworld Eldar went to, we said Coruscant, that's not where it is. Komora, yeah. Like, and they'd be like, "Oh, this is disgusting." I think if like Void Corsair Eldar and Harlequins went there, they're like, "Oh, you nasty brother."
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of like do the whole kind of like that kind of like thing.
Yeah. No, I hate
but I think it's the sliding scales of Eldar, basically.
Yeah. But then, like, all of them, if like some humans turned up, then they would suddenly all be very much on the same team.
Yeah. Zangors are more chaos corrupted beastmen, hence the gore in their name. Nice. And
I genuinely thought they were some sort of flavour of demon. But no, it's the pink and blue horrors, isn't it?
Harlequins are just weird librarians. This is technically kind of true.
I love Harlequins. I will not hear a bad word.
I love Harlequins. It's just a shame that GW don't.
Yes.
They're more interesting in stories than they are anywhere else. Blades of Cain are next, the Aspect Warriors.
That was one of the newer boxes.
The Striking Scorpions ones, right?
Well, you can play them as Striking
Scorpions. Banshees, Dire Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So yeah, they're pretty nice. It's nice to see some nice, new, dynamic-looking Eldar models.
I would like to see these models stood next to the other models in the Eldar Aspect Warrior range, and to see if they're about a centimetre taller than the other ones.
Who is collecting an Eldar army at the moment? Surely nobody.
Loads of people, because their meta was fucking bonkers at the start of 10th edition. So John's one of the people. He was talking about how he's collecting. That's why he bought the Striking. I don't know whether I've just crossed him up there, but that's why he bought like the Striking Scorpions, was because he's collecting. He's dug out his Eldar, and he's like showing me, and I went, "That's all the current range.
Yeah,
that is all still exactly what they're trotting out now." So yeah,
right. Another fun one next. The Hand of the Archon.
Drukhari.
All of these models, they look incredible.
Yeah, these ones are sweet. Do you like edge highlighting spiky things?
Who does not?
Although I feel like you could get away with quite just a bit of dry brushing on these, and they'd look pretty good. Then pick out some details. But yeah, really, if you're going to do these like heavy metal style properly, this is a serious undertaking.
This is power metal. This is just the best. This is like the best power metal. This is like techno power metal.
Yeah, there's some excellent hairstyles in here. Everyone's sword has got 6 curvy bits and sticky outy bits that would actually be monstrously impractical. This is,
and it's probably sculpted from someone who took a wrong turn somewhere. Like, yeah, power from pain. Fuck yes, let's go, Drukhari. You weird motherfuckers, and I love you for it.
And then getting even weirder. The Mandrakes.
Yeah, these models are special. They look incredible.
I do feel like these, like, I couldn't paint these, I don't think, and get them looking.
Yeah, you could.
As good as this.
I think you probably could.
No, I think
if I
these
had
would take a good paint
one
job
complaint,
really good.
It's a weird choice for a kill team because they all kind of look the same. They all kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, they are. I was thinking I have a hard enough time remembering who's who in my kill team anyway.
Yeah.
These ones are all just some hairy witchy people on fire with a big sword.
Jack does have. He has the Hand of Archon. The sniper model / whip are a pain. They're both about 2.5 models long. The whip is fucking massive. It is bonkers. Yeah, I remember seeing that. It's just insane. So yeah.
So you pick it up and like 4 or 5 other models come with it every time.
Yeah. Oh, that's the worst, isn't it? Yeah.
The Agonizer.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Mandrakes, yeah, they're really cool. They look awesome.
I think they are. Okay, so maybe it's just the way it's been put. The paint scheme looks amazing.
Yeah. These ones look incredible. But yeah, I like if it was me, I'd paint them all with at least different colour fire or something, just so you can tell them apart at a glance. Or just like paint little numbers on their bases or something like that. Just what
if I was, oh my god, I've got the Mandrake somewhere. This is my Gambit kill team. I could make them all look like Gambit.
You certainly could.
But like
you can make your
Gambit.
what?
Yeah.
I can make the Mandrakes look like Gambit.
All Gambits.
All the time.
Seaman.
Yes. Right, I think that's it for the Eldar. The Void Dancer Troop will also... So the Void Dancer Troop was one that they couldn't be bothered to write about in this article.
No, and also it's not a specific kill team. You just sort of go, have you got Harlequins?
Have you got both the Harlequin models? Yeah, they're excellent.
Do you know what? I haven't got a Shadow Sith.
Forces of the Imperium next. So starting with the Veteran Guardsmen who have been officially renamed to the Death Corps.
Yeah.
Interesting. But they're getting fairly quickly, aren't they? So
I think they're only being supported for the first year, aren't they? But they've got rules. They're not like, I don't really get why they're actively retiring these teams. They're not going to sell them anymore. I think it's basically
so they don't have to update the rules for tournaments. That's why.
I suppose so, yeah. But yeah, it's not going to make any difference. Like, loads of people have got this kill team, and loads of people play it quite a lot. So
loads of people have got this kill team because it's the only way of getting plastic Death Corps models in your Imperial Guard army. So
for now, yeah.
Yeah, until the end of the year. But yeah.
I had mine out the other day, and my Bruiser has now lost his, I think, 4th weapon that he's raising up in the air. Every time I take them out, it gets snapped off, and I have to find something else to glue on there.
Cool models, though.
They are cool. I'm gonna have to drill his hand and pin the next thing, I think.
Smart move, they're calling them Death Corps, because now they have to be Death Corps, and you can't just take any Imperial Guard models and say they're Veteran Guardsmen.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, absolutely. But now it kind of feels weirder to do it. So
because like one of the sort of like I've been thinking about trying to do a Tanith First and Only one based on the
Gaunt's
veteran. Ghost. Yeah, so you could get the Gaunt's Ghost box, some Cadians, and do a bit of converting. And like you could do 10 named Gaunt's Ghosts under the Veteran Guardsman rules.
Also, the Gaunt's Ghost models are fucking incredible as well.
They are really good, but there's only 5 of them.
Yeah, I think 6. I think,
and like there's a few who should be in there who aren't, and things like that. And you'd need some like basic troopers. You know, you'd need like McCaffrey or something like that, just as a standard dude. But yeah, you could definitely. People have done Tanith First and Only Vet Guardsman teams.
Tanith One and Only.
Yep.
Nobody they'd rather be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, who's next? Kasrkin.
Kasrkin.
These guys are
my favourites.
Cool.
These are my favourites. They won't last long either. I think they're only here for one season, but
they're basically being replaced by what they call the new ones.
The Aquilans.
The Aquilans. Because they are like, they're not a million miles away. Super elite Astra Militarum.
But Kasrkin look fucking cooler than Tempesta Scion. I have 6,000 points worth of Imperial Guard, right? In that 6,000 points, I have over 200 infantry models, and not fucking one of them is a Tempesta Scion. I have 20 Kasrkin because they're just cooler. Kasrkin look way cooler than the Tempesta Scions. If you're going with elite troops, Kasrkin are way cooler. That's why they're called Kasrkin.
Pretty cool. The Exaction Squad, the Judge Dreads, flipping love these guys.
I do.
They don't make any sense.
No,
why would the police be on an alien planet fighting Tyranids. There's no Tyranid kill team.
They came out with a good reason for when the box set came out. I can't remember what it was, but you do get the Cyber Mastiff though in this. That's the important thing.
They've got a doggy. Every kill team has to have a doggy these days.
Yeah, it should do.
Some, a doggy equivalent.
Weren't these after Chaos Cultists or something? Weren't these Into the Dark?
Yeah, they were, weren't they?
They're not okay. Good point, Jack. Yeah, but don't you have 2 Horus Heresy Scion boxes? No, that is Solar Auxilia. Okay, that's slightly different, and I'm going to run them as Imperial Guard because their bases are too small to run as Tempestus Scions, I believe. So it's different, honest. And since the Aquilans came out, which look fucking awesome, admittedly, I definitely haven't been looking on eBay for Tempestus Scions as well.
No.
But I do.
Why would you?
Although they were just like, shall we try and avoid the whole Judge Dredd aesthetic? And somebody was like,
no.
Reverse your thinking. Let's make 10 literal Judge Dredds. What were the big?
Yeah, they were in a
golden
prison
eagle,
ship.
big golden eagle shoulder pad. Do it.
Yep. And here's the thing, right? Yeah. Go on, Duncan.
Oh.
I know what you're going to say, so go for it. You take the lead on this one.
Originally, the Arbites.
Arbites. That's the best. Okay, that's what they're called now.
That's how in my head. In my head, it always looked like Arbites. I was like, Arbites? What?
They're always Arbites to me, but yeah,
I always said Arbites, but apparently it's RBTs, which
That's it, Arbites. Oh well,
no,
anyway.
Arbites is way better. I love that. We'll go with that.
And it's Abaddon.
Yeah, and it's not Abaddon yet. It's a bad one because he's a bad one.
Abaddon's Abaddon.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Abaddon.
Yeah.
It's because originally Games Workshop did the Judge Dredd game back in the 80s, and so they had the rights. They could.
Didn't a bunch of the Games Workshop writers used to write for 2000 AD as well?
Yeah.
And so when they did the first Arbites back in the 80s, they just did them as literal from the Judge Dredd models.
Yeah.
And that's why they can keep it.
When the first
were
rules came
Judge
out
Dredd.
for Rogue Trader, they said if you've got these, use these, didn't they? For Space Marines, pretty much.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, it is a really nice team. I do like this one.
It's a historic connection, and it's nice that it's continuing. That in the Grimdark of 2000 AD and in the Grimdark of 40k, there's these arseholes.
There's only the law.
They are the law.
They are the law. So it's, and the other thing is, it is a nice reminder that all of this is a satire.
Yeah.
Okay. And by all of this, I mean not just Games Workshop stuff, not just like 40k. I also mean 2000 AD. Judge Dredd is not a hero. He's a dickhead. Okay? He's not meant to be the hero. It's a satire again. Okay?
It just shows how shit it can be.
They do a great
Navy
job.
Breaches. Next one's up. Again, this is a very nice team with a good little doggy, a robot.
Another good doggy, yeah, good point.
And a guy with a satisfyingly huge shield.
Yeah,
So
I like the Breaches.
If you've got, what is it? If it's the Breaches, the Arbites, and some essentially a lot of these kill teams are now in the Agents of the Imperium.
There is a big complaint that the Agents of the Imperium Army is just a load of kill teams.
It is just a bunch of kill teams. Like it literally is.
Yeah.
This was the
but you can put a knight at the back if you want. Like it's a bit of a weird. It feels more like the sort of people that obsessively collect all the kill teams.
Yeah.
It's a way for them to just magically suddenly have a 40k army as well.
Yeah.
Who here obsessively collects all the kill tems? And might have
all the kill teams. I think between us we've got quite a few.
I think we've got all of them, Russ.
we do not have all of them.
I don't have the blooded yet.
But yeah, they are pretty nice. But they're probably my least favourite of the sort of random Imperial people teams. Whereas, so the next one, the Novitiates, who I do have, these are pretty awesome.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
Yeah,
Again,
novitiates are fucking cool.
Good, well, she's got 2 whips and is very difficult to pick up without knocking over 3 or 4 other models.
Yeah. I love she literally whips them into a frenzy, though.
Yeah, I've still never managed to get that Repentia up the board far enough because everyone always shoots at her first.
Yeah.
Because she's got a chainsaw the size of a person.
So I love these models, and I love how they look in a Sisters of Battle army as well. Like, they look slightly different from everything else in there. They really break it up quite nicely.
The only way I defeated your Repentia with the big chainsaw was because I charged her first. Because I was like, I'm pretty sure if she charges, that's gonna get special rules.
Yeah.
So I charged to make sure I got my special rules. Having shot at her first for a bit, she did a lot of damage, but not quite as much as if she had charged. Yeah. So that was quite nice.
How many we got left, Russ?
Not too many. How are we doing for time? Oh, getting on there. Who else got? The Inquisitorial Agents, again, like, this is a really, really nice set of models. Feels a bit random for a team. Could do with a few more in there, maybe.
It was really designed to be its own thing. So it was designed to be this narrative game that you played with the Inquisitorial Agents, and gradually throughout the missions you add more and more, like Kassakin or Tempesta Scions or like some of the Imperial Agents list to it. So like that's what it was kind of originally meant to be. It does kind of work as a kill team. I got absolutely knocked sideways by it the other day, so it's fine. And some of the models are pretty cool. I like the little guy with the scribe with the little scribey arms.
Yeah, just an old dude frantically typing is not who you would think as your first choice of like frontline troop. But
really important.
Yeah.
And then who else they got in here? I think that's it. But then there's also obviously the Star Striders are in here.
Yeah, the Lucidian Star Striders.
And the Hunter. Who are the Hunter Clade?
The Admech.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because Admech doesn't have a kill team either.
I think that's it. So that's everyone in the. That's everyone in the articles. There's obviously a few that they've sort of skipped over.
The Star Striders are pretty cool because
they are really cool. Yeah.
It's links nicely into Rogue Trader, which I thought sounded like it looked cool. I don't know if it was actually a good game, but it looked cool.
So my favorite kill team box is one, which is a set as a unit for an army that hasn't been upgraded in a while, against weird as fuck unit that you're not sure you've even ever heard of before. That's the one that is like the ultimate kill team box set for me. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. So the ones that this didn't cover are the 2 new ones: the
Vespid Sting Wings and the Tempestus Equivalents.
Tempesta Studars, who both look pretty cool.
Imps with jetpacks.
Yeah.
So it sounds like the Scions have got a lot of customizability, so you can build them out in various different ways. I think the Vespids are a bit more fixed in what you get. They're a bit more
look fucking awesome.
Monopose. You can't really swap too much out.
They've been towerfied.
They've got the rule that they need to communicate. They've been towerfied, and in a way, it's like, they're just part of the Empire, but they need to be focused, and so they have that focus.
So all the teams have got these like points, haven't they? Pretty much that you sort of spend on stuff, but their points are spent on not getting distracted and just turning back into sort of insects. So if you want to be able to like shoot at someone who's not the closest person to you, you've got to spend some sort of concentration points.
Yeah. I do like the Aquilans. I think Imps with jetpacks it's all the aerial stuff. So
I do.
Everyone.
But you had an opportunity to do the Elysian drop troops instead.
I mean, they're basically the same thing.
They are the same thing, but yeah.
GW, can you just please do some kind of Grey Knights kill team, and it'll just make him so happy, and he won't just start bitching about.
I'm just saying, Elysian drop troops are fucking awesome. So
do the Grey Knights have the equivalent of scouts?
No, not
They
really.
don't, do they?
If you did a Grey Knights kill team, you could do quite a fun like Purifier one. I think that's the way to go.
Is there a way you could have like one Space Marine and a few regular people? Like that would be quite a good way of doing it.
I think you should do 6 Grey Knights, but you just do them as like they're slightly differently. Yeah, that's true. Not technically jetpacks; they're grav shoots, like the Elysian drop troops. Yeah. I always wanted Elysian drop troops. That's on like the bucket list, so that's really.
Because they can't actually. They don't have the fly rule, do they?
No.
Whereas the Vespids do, so they can fly over like walls and don't have to worry about climbing. Ladders and stuff. But the Scions actually can't do that.
I think, but the equivalents have the deep strike, so they don't they?
Yes,
you can set up pretty much all over the board. Yeah,
you can kind of like not deploy people for a while. You have just like a little counter that says someone's going to land here at some point. You sort of move that around, and then at some point, dudes
drop it in behind and go boom.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool. So yeah, new edition kill team. Was this the 4th? Is this kill team 4?
3rd.
Well, I suppose it depends if you count the first one, which was literally just some rules. There wasn't like a...
So it's 2017, 2021, and 2024. So you can still get the rules for the other versions. So why you'd want to play 2021 now, I don't know, because it just seems like an upgraded version of that. But I understand why you might want to play 2017 because it's different. So
yeah, that's before. That's like all the what used to be called the compendium ones, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Nice. So
no, you're right. This is because season 3 was Beta Decima, season 2 was Gallo Dark.
Yeah, but they're all part of the same kill team.
Like the seasons were of the last edition of Kill Team.
Yeah, this is a new edition.
So like there weren't rules changes. There were rules additions, but not sort of fundamental rules changes with those releases. But this looks really good. Box should be arriving on Saturday.
Yeah, hopefully, same.
Get it painted within a brief 2 or 3 years, and then we'll be good to
go. I will buy next week. Maybe I've done my scouts. Try to break it down.
Maybe.
I'd have done some more World Eaters probably, if I'm honest with you.
I'm going to get these Kin Orcs finished.
This is a really good point, Jack. I like how Deathwatch don't have a kill team. They're the ones that introduced the whole game because of kill teams.
Yeah, true.
I'm sure they'll get something.
No, they're not going to get shit. Shat on. That's what they're going to get.
But again, like Deathwatch is pretty popular at the moment because of Space Marine 2 as well.
Kinda. Like
they've had a bit of an awareness boost.
Yeah, and then people see what you can play as in the game and it's realised, fuck all now.
Or you could be shat on in the same way that a sanguinary guard. Their wings!
I don't hate them.
Yeah, and you can
they're Stormcast Eternals with smaller wings
on Etsy.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just get some Stormcast Eternals that have bigger wings and use those because the Stormcast Eternals are very similar. But that's AOS and that's weird fantasy stuff, so...
Yeah, fuck that shit for a game of soldiers.
Knights and models!
The Stormcast Eternals just are Space Marines.
Yeah. AOS, Knights and models. Anyway.
Yeah, their Lehman Russ is fantastic. Anyway, it's so... Can I go now? Because I've got another podcast to do.
Yep.
Sure.
All right. Let's. Dan, is there any? So yeah, obviously there's the other podcast, which is Gridiron Gentlemen. If you play 40k and do NFL, you also are like us, and well, 2 of us, and might have nothing else in your life.
I don't know whether I mentioned that I need to wrap this up quickly.
Yeah, skip to the end.
Sorry. Dan, do you have any?
Nothing.
Do you have anything else?
Nothing
else?
No.
Socials. Guess us on Twitter and
TMTOH.
at TMTOH at Instagram TMTOH, and I don't know if we've got TikTok, and we're probably on Facebook as TMTOH.
Maybe.
Anyway, right. Bye, Russ. Bye, Dan.
Bye.
And bye. Thanks, Handies, for watching.
Thanks, Handies.
And
cool.
listening.
Yep.
Right, let's go.
Bye.
Cue the music.